starting new chapter, work, power, and energy. The first topic is what is work. The definition is simple. We say a work is said to be done when a force applied on the body makes it move. When you apply a force on the body and the body moves, then we say that the work is done. How is the work measured? Work is measured by the product of the force and the displacement in the direction of force. Displacement in the direction of force. Therefore, we write formula work equal to force into the displacement S. S is the displacement in the direction of force. The formula work becomes F into S. Work, power, and energy, they all are scalar. They don't have directions. And the SI unit of work is joule, whereas CGS unit is earth. Then we give the definition of 1 joule. What is that? What is 1 joule? We say 1 joule is the amount of work done by a force of 1 Newton when it produces a displacement of 1 meter in its own direction. That is, 1 joule will have the value of force 1 Newton and the displacement should be 1 meter. Then we say that the work is 1 joule. Work done by the force is 1 joule. How do we define 1 earth? 1 earth, how do we define? The same pattern we follow. We say it is the amount of work done when a force of 1 dime produces a displacement of 1 centimeter in the direction of the force applied. How is SI unit of work related to CGS unit? The relationship between joule and earth we have to find. We write as 1 joule is equal to 1 Newton into 1 meter. Force is 1 Newton and displacement is 1 meter in its own direction. 1 meter will make 10 to the power of 5 dyne. And 1 meter makes 100 centimeter. So 10 to the power of 7, this will become earth. So 1 joule is 10 to the power of 7 earth. So this is the value of 1 joule in terms of earth. CGS unit. This is SI unit. This is the CGS unit. 1 joule is 10 to the power of 7 earth. Okay. Now, when there is an angle between force and displacement, then how is the work done by the force measured? That formula will slightly change over. We write formula W is equal to F into S cos theta. Or in short, we will be writing here F S cos theta. When there is an angle, where theta is the angle between F and S, force and displacement. Theta is the angle between force and displacement. And the logic, if you want to understand, you can understand. Suppose I am having a body here, and we are giving a force F here. Body moves in the same direction here. This is the displacement S like this. Then work is equal to F into S, because both of them are in the same direction. That F into S. The angle between F and S is 0 degree, or there is no angle. This force is in the same direction as the displacement. But now, if we are having a force applied like this, but the body displacement is like this, S, there is some angle between them, theta. Then we'll check how much is the value of work done. So suppose the displacement in the direction of force is X. So first I have W is equal to F into X. I am using trigonometry of it. I draw a perpendicular and change it into a right angle triangle. And now I am writing cos theta. Cos theta value is base by hypotenuse. We write X by S. The X value will become cross multiply S cos theta. That value will be putting here. F and S value I put here S cos theta. So the formula becomes work done is equal to F S cos theta. This is the formula. Then this work done by a force depends on 3 factors. What are those 3 factors? It depends upon the force, magnitude of force. It depends upon the displacement, and it depends upon the angle between force and displacement. Angle between the force and displacement. The 3 factors affect the amount of work done by a force. Now, we have 3 cases depending upon the value of theta. Case 1, when theta equal to 0 degree, when theta value is 0 degree, that means the force is applied in the same direction as the displacement. Then the work done will be said to be maximum and positive. The work done, because cos 0 degree value is put out here. Like W is equal to F S cos 0 degree. Cos 0 degree is 1, so answer will remain F S. Same formula as this one. So what are the examples of such cases? We are pushing a car from the back, then whatever direction we push, the the car will move in the same direction. Pulling a drawer, whatever direction we apply the force, the drawer moves in the same direction. This is also an example of positive work. Work done by the force of gravity on a body falling freely down, which is falling freely under gravity. Gravity is acting downward, the body is also falling downward only. So theta is 0 degrees, and W is equal to Fs there. So where is the work done maximum and positive when theta equal to 0 degree? That means when force is in the same direction as the displacement. Now case 2. When theta equal to 90 degree. When angle between the force and displacement is 90 degree, we will be putting the value cos 90, and cos 90 is 0. The entire thing becomes 0. That time work done will be minimum and 0. Then we say when the force is normal to the displacement, that is force is perpendicular to the displacement, the work done will be 0 and minimum. And what are the examples of such cases? A man carrying a load on his head and walking on a horizontal surface. So the load which the man is carrying, the load will be acting downward, but the man is walking like this in a horizontal surface. The angle between them is almost 90 degrees. So between L and the displacement, L is a load or force. This is load. Load is a kind of force only. Force and displacement, the angle is 90 degrees. So work done will be 0. We say work done by the centripetal force is also 0, because the centripetal force will be acting in a circular motion like this towards the center. This is a centripetal force, and the velocity and the displacement will be given by the tangent. So angle between them is again 90 degrees. So the work done is 0. They say what is the work done by the sun to keep the planets revolving around it in the orbit? What is the work done by the sun? We'll say 0. And the reason we'll say because force is normal to the displacement. That means to keep it moving in the circular path, there is centripetal force required. That centripetal force is perpendicular to the displacement or normal to the displacement. So work done by the sun is 0. Sun which is pulling the planet towards it. So the work done is 0 by the sun. Okay. Now the third case we have. When theta equal to 180 degree, that is when the displacement is in the opposite direction of the force, then the work done will be negative. Work done will be W will be negative. Anything with a minus sign. That is W formula. Then it will be minus Fs. What is the example? Work done by the friction force. Friction will always act in the opposite direction of the motion. The work done by friction is always negative, because theta value is 180 degree. Work done by the force of gravity on a body which is going upward, which is moving upward. Force of gravity is acting downward, whereas the body is moving up. So that also is negative. When the angle between the force and the displacement is 180 degree, or when force is in the opposite direction to the displacement, the work done is said to be negative. Maximum when theta is 0, minimum when theta is 90. And the examples I give, yes. Pushing the wall is there is no work, there is no displacement. How can you say? For work has to be done, work should be negative, not 0. It has to be negative. That means work done by the friction. Work done by the friction is negative. Okay, now. What are the conditions for work not to be done by a force? Work is not done by a force. There are two conditions under which the work done by the force is 0. First condition is S must be 0, displacement. If the displacement of the body is 0, W is also 0. And the second condition is that F must be perpendicular to S. If F is perpendicular to S, that means theta is equal to 90 degree. Theta is the angle between F and H is 90 degree, then the work is not done. No matter how big force you apply, so the work done is 0 because of the angle theta is 90 degree. So under two conditions work is not done. When the displacement is 0, the same example, when we are pushing a wall, the wall doesn't move. So displacement is 0, though we may be very much exhausted while pushing the wall. So we may be tired and all, but the wall will not move, so the work is not done. Work done is 0. a man is holding a suitcase, a heavy suitcase, and waiting for the bus. He doesn't do any work because there is no displacement. An athlete is taking one complete round in a circular track, one complete round. When he completes one round, the work done by him is zero because displacement is zero, back to the same point. The work done by the bob of a pendulum to complete one oscillation, one complete to and fro motion, the work done is zero because the body is back to the same point where it's starting from. So there also the work done is zero. So these are the cases. Fully example is for the second case when theta is equal to 90 degrees. That case. When a person carrying a load on his head and walking on a horizontal surface does no work because there the theta value is 90 degrees. So there are two conditions for work not done. First condition is that with the displacement is zero, and the second condition is that when theta equal to 90 degrees between the force and the displacement, then when force is normal to the displacement, then the work done is zero. One year in the ICC they had asked this question. What is that condition for the work done by the force? Work to be done by the force. They are not saying no work done. Under what condition the force applied in the body causes work to be done? Then we say when S is unequal to zero, then the work is done. Displacement should be anything but other than zero, then the work is done. The same condition will reverse. And when the force is not normal to the displacement, or when theta is unequal to 90 degree, then the work is done. Just the opposite of this. Hope understood? When angle between force and displacement is anything other than 90 degree, then the work will be done. Okay. Now, one part is over. Now we are doing the second part, which is called power. Power denoted by P. The rate of doing a work is called power. The rate at which a work is done is called power. Then formula of power we have power formula we have work by the time. There is another formula of power also. Work formula we write here F into S by T. So F keep as it is. Displacement by time will make velocity, average velocity. So we have two formulas. Power is equal to the work by the time. When time is given, we will use this formula. When force and velocity given to find power, we will use this formula. Power is equal to force into average speed or average velocity. That is the formula. The SI unit of power is watt. I think you all know watts. Watt denoted by capital W. And the CGS unit is erg per second. This is the CGS unit, erg per second. Then work is erg, time is seconds, erg per second. Okay, the other units of power are HP, horsepower, HP, kilowatt, megawatt. This thing we have done in electricity chapter also, gigawatt, etc. 1 HP makes how much watt? 1 HP is 746 watt. 746 watt, which we round off at 750 watt approximately. So 1 horsepower is equal to 750 watt approximately or 746 watt. Same way 1 kilowatt is equal to 10 to the power of 6 watt, 10 to the power of 3. 1 megawatt will be 10 to the power of 6, 1 million watt, and 1 gigawatt is equal to 10 to the power of 9 watt. These are the values of kilo, mega and giga, and 1 HP value is this one, 750 watt, nearly 750 watt nearly, or accurately 746 watt. Okay. Power depends upon the time. It is inversely proportional to the time. For the same work to be done, when the time is less, power will be more. When the time is more, power will be less. A child and a man carrying the same amount of load from one place to the another place. Who does more work? Child or the man? Who will do the more work? Work will be the same because same load they are carrying from one place to another place. The work done is same. The ratio of work done will be coming 1:1 by then. But man is expected to be more powerful because man will do the same work in a shorter time, and the child will do the same thing but in a longer time. He may be walking slowly as compared to the man. So the work done by the child is and the man is same, whereas the powers are different. man will be more powerful because man will do the work in a shorter time. Man and machine, so normally we say machine is more powerful. The reason is because machine does the same work in a shorter time than a man. So power depends upon the time, inversely proportional. Okay. Next point comes energy. What is energy? We say it is the capacity of a body to do a work. It is the capacity. With the energy, what is done? Work done. The capacity of a body to do a work is called energy. What is the SI unit of energy? Because energy is equivalent to work. Because with the energy we utilize to do the work. That is the SI unit of energy is also Joule and CGS unit is also Earth. And we have the other units. I think last time I told you, but once again, other units of energy are calorie, and 1 calorie makes 4.2 joule. That is mainly for heat energy. Then we have another unit of energy is kilowatt hour. In the chapter electricity, electrical units we pay in terms of kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour also measures energy, particularly electrical energy. What is the value of kilowatt hour? 1 kilowatt hour makes 3.6 into 10 to the power of 6 joule. Last time I showed how we can convert in the electrical chapter also we had done this. Also electricity time, I taught this. And what energy is, another unit is electron volt also, EV. And 1 EV makes how much joule? 1 electron volt will make 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joule. This is the value of charge of 1 electron. Charge of a beta particle is this with the minus sign. So, electron volt usually measures the smallest quantity of energy. The lowest quantity of energy is measured in terms of electron volt. Whereas the largest quantity of energy is measured in terms of kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour value I have written already before, if you remember it. 1 kilowatt hour makes how much joule? Not 3.6 into 10 to the power of 6 joule. This is 6, the power also comes 6. And the logic behind it is that hours they are changing into seconds. 16 to 66 is the 36, the number will come here. That is 3.6 into 10 to the power of 6 joules. And don't forget, here E means electron volt. Electron volt coming electron, they have to do with the electron. Electron charge you have to take. 1.6 into 10 to minus 19 joule. Okay. Alright. There are various forms of energy. We have mechanical energy, heat energy, sound energy, electrical energy, magnetic energy, so many forms of energy we have, nuclear energy. Which energy is the most important or most desirable form of energy? Last time I told you that. Which energy? Electrical energy is the most important form because electrical energy we can easily convert into the other forms of energy. Who said mechanical energy? You are forgetting it. I taught already, don't forget. The concept I have already given, but you are forgetting it. Okay, anyway. So, mechanical energy we will talk about. Mechanical energy. Note I will say later, okay, mechanical energy. What is mechanical energy? We say the energy of a body due to rest or motion is called mechanical energy. So there are two types of mechanical energy, potential energy and kinetic energy. Potential energy we can write P denoted by U, and the other one is kinetic energy denoted by K. What is potential energy? We say it is the energy possessed by a body by virtue of rest or position or by configuration or due to change in its shape. Due to change in its shape is called potential energy. There are two types of potential energy: gravitational potential energy and elastic potential energy. Gravitational potential energy will be there due to height or position, gravity, and elastic potential energy will be there due to change in the structure or due to configuration, like spring and all. They store elastic potential energy, like rubber, catapult, bow and arrows. They have elastic potential. Potential energy is there, but what kind? Elastic potential energy. Kinetic energy is the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its motion. Due to motion, it possesses energy that is called kinetic energy. So there are three types of kinetic energy. So first one is translational kinetic energy, that is due to linear motion. If the body is moving in a straight line path, it will have a translational kinetic energy. Because linear motion is same as translational motion. And if the body is rotating about an axis, what kind of energy it will have? Rotational kinetic energy. And when a body vibrates, that is moves to and fro about the mean position, what kind of energy it will have? It will have vibrational kinetic energy. Vibrational. So there are three types of kinetic energy: translational, rotational, and vibrational. Three types of kinetic energy. Yes. Now we have to prove the formula of kinetic energy. Kinetic energy expression. Kinetic energy formula is half mv square. How to prove it? Expression for kinetic energy. Just see how we are going to prove it. Expression for kinetic energy. There is formula K equal to half mv square. We will do this. For this we will draw a diagram. That is, we are deriving the formula of translation kinetic energy. Only one of the formula here in this level. That is translation law. The body's velocity is linear velocity. For that we draw a straight line out there, and then we have a body of mass initially at rest u0. We will be applying a force F and we will be moving it from this point to another point somewhere here, where the final velocity of the body becomes, final velocity is equal to v, and the distance covered by the body in the direction of force is s. S is the distance covered by the body in this direction, like this. S. Therefore, first kinetic energy, any kind of energy, what do we do with that? We work. So kinetic energy is measured by the work done by this force. So we write that is equal to work done by force. Work done by force formula will be F into S, no angle because angle will be 0 degree. Force formula will get MA, so it will become MAS. Now we will be using the motion formula. Motion formula goes like this: V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. U value 0, we write as 0 square plus 2AS. V square by 2 is equal to AS. AS value I will put here, it will become V square by 2. Ultimately we write half mv square. So this is how the formula becomes kinetic energy equal to half mv square. This formula. Understood? We are using the motion formula V square is equal to U square plus 2s. U value 0. Initially the body we are assuming is was at rest. Now we are applying a force and moving it, so that it covers the distance s, where the final velocity of the body becomes v. Understood? Yes? Alright. You have the notes also. Notes also will be coming. I'll send the notes maybe today or tomorrow I'll send. But see the video also, so you will get, and you can, I will written it. I will note it down. Okay, now expression for potential energy. Expression for potential energy. What is the formula of potential energy? U is equal to mgh. So how to prove this formula? It's very simple. We'll take a ball or mass and any body is falling down under gravity through a height h. This is ground. This is due to position energy possessed by the body is called potential energy. So first we have U is equal to work done, right? So work done by the force of gravity, we write that. Force of gravity is suppose F, and what is the displacement of the distance covered is h. Force of gravity formula we have mg. This is called weight of the body. Mass into A, but A is same as acceleration due to gravity. So mg into h, it becomes mg. Simple. 1 mark will be on the diagram, 1 mark on this, 2 marks question. So potential energy formula or gravitational potential energy formula becomes mgh. Okay. Yes. So two formulas you learned, that potential energy formula is mgh and kinetic energy formula is half mv squared. Okay, now so your syllabus is now reduced, and we are just saying law of conservation of energy and proof is not there in the syllabus. So only you have to know that what is law of conservation of energy. Energy is neither created nor be destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to the other form. And you have to know the cases where the energy from one form is converted into the energy in the other form. A conversion of energy, which is called transformation of energy. They give the question from our daily observations and all that. From our common life observations, they will ask questions. Okay, one thing to be noted: kinetic will change into potential, potential changes into kinetic, but potential energy cannot be put into use directly. Why? Because potential energy is the energy due to rest, so it will not do the work directly. First, potential energy will change into the kinetic energy, then the kinetic energy will do the useful work, or then the kinetic energy we can change into the other form of energy. Potential energy we cannot directly convert into the other forms of energy. So we can only convert into kinetic, then kinetic energy will change into the other form of energy. So there are many cases that you can think and answer. When a body is falling down, what energy conversion takes place? Potential energy decreases, but the kinetic energy increases. We say potential to kinetic. The bob of a pendulum, when it goes from extreme point to the mean positions, what energy conversion? Potential changes to kinetic, and when it goes from mean position to the extreme points, then kinetic will change into the potential. When we throw a piece of stone upward, what energy conversion takes place? We have to give energy, kinetic to potential when it reaches the maximum height. Yes. So this kind of conversion you have to do. A car moving up a hill, what energy conversion is taking place? We say kinetic to potential is gaining in height. And when a car is moving down a hill, then potential to kinetic is coming down. That means height is decreasing, but the speed will be increasing here. That is potential to kinetic. Okay. Now the cases like electric bulb, what energy conversion takes place? Electrical to light energy. Electric heater, what energy conversion? Electrical to heat. So these kind of questions they may give and you can think and answer. A few I'll just ask you whether you know in microphone what energy conversion takes place? Microphone. Electrical to microphone first we speak the sound to electrical, used to say that sound to electrical, and in the speaker or in the loudspeaker what energy conversion? Electrical to sound. There again the electrical energy flowing through the wire changes back into the sound there, loud sound. So in case of motor, what energy conversion takes place? Motor, fans, where the motors are all used in fans, we get mechanical energy. What energy? Electrical to mechanical. And dynamo, what energy conversion? In dynamo or generator, mechanical to electrical. In photosynthesis time, what energy conversion takes place? Photosynthesis, light to chemical, and chemical to light. What can be the example? Chemical to light, a burning candle. No, battery is chemical to electrical. Burning candle, we have chemical energy changes to light energy. In a cell or in a battery, when cell is in use or when the cell is discharging, what energy conversion takes place? Then we say chemical to electrical, but the cell is recharging. When we are recharging a cell, that time electrical to chemical. Yes. So there is a conversion vice versa type that you have to know. When we burn a matchstick, what energy conversion takes place? Matchstick, burning of matchstick, what energy conversion? No, chemical to heat. Matchstick is used to get heat, not the light. Do you make use of the light or there? We don't make. So chemical to heat. Respiration, what energy conversion takes place? When a person is respiring, what energy conversion? During respiration, what energy conversion takes place? Okay, say fast, right or wrong, you say no at least. Chemical to heat. Respiration is a chemical process in a chemical reaction taking place in your body and it results in the formation of carbon dioxide with the heat. The chemical to heat we say respiration time. Burning of coal, what energy conversion? Or any kind of fuel, what energy conversion takes place? Chemical to heat. So, chemical to heat. Electric heater, toaster, electric fan. I think you all know that. Washing machine. So, they ask common example only. So, I think you will know them. Okay. Light to electrical. What is the example? Light to electrical. It's a photocell, a photovoltaic cell, a solar cell. And electrical to light. Sorry. Electrical to light bulb, electric bulb or tube light, LED bulbs and all. So these are common ones. I think you know about them. Okay. And in the notes also you will see I have given some few. So don't forget to remember it. So whenever in electric toaster, what energy conversion takes place? Electrical to heat. Toaster. In microwave oven, what energy conversion? Electrical to heat. Yes, you know all that. Okay. So now, what is energy degradation? What is energy degradation? When we convert energy from one form to the another form, during the process of conversion, some unwanted or undesirable energy is generated. That is lost to the surroundings. That will be absorbed by the surroundings. So that energy, undesirable energy form is called energy degradation. I think last year also you had this topic. I mean class 9, I'm talking about class 9. Okay. And suppose for example when we are lighting a bulb, so what energy conversion takes place? Lighting a bulb. So it's electrical to light, but heat is first generated there in the filament, and that heat we are not making any use of that. That means heat is energy degradation. When we are burning a candle, so candle converts chemical to light. It gives us light and which we make use of. But at the same time it produces heat also. But the heat we are not making use of. It is undesirable or not needed. And it is lost to the surroundings. It is absorbed by the surroundings. We are not making any use of it. So this is called energy degradation. Light is heat is energy degradation there in that case. Depend upon the situation now. Now, in case of electric heater, when you supply electrical energy, it changes into heat energy, but the filament glows red hot, throwing light. That means that changes, that heat is the energy degradation, light is the energy degradation here. So, depending upon the situation, you can find out what is energy degradation. So, this is the now syllabus, reduced syllabus of this chapter, work power energy. So, theory part is finished.